If a landlord fails to keep leased premises in a tenantable condition, such that the tenant can no longer use the property for the purpose for which it was rented, the tenant may be able to claim a constructive eviction and terminate the lease. In JMB Properties Urban Company versus Paolucci, the court considered a jewelry store owner's constructive eviction claim based on a landlord's failure to deal with a noisy next-door neighbor. In 1978, Alfred Paolucci opened a jewelry store in a mall in Joliet, Illinois. In November of 1984, Barretts audio and video store moved into the space next to the jewelry store. 1 month later, Paolucci began complaining about loud noises coming from Barretts. According to Paolucci and his employees, the noise and vibrations from Barretts caused pictures to rattle on the jewelry store walls and made merchandise topple over in the store's display cases nearly every day. The noise upset customers and prevented Paolucci from being able to perform intricate watch and jewelry repairs, causing him to lose profits. Barretts employees resisted repeated requests to lower their volume. In September of 1985, Carlyle Real Estate bought the mall and became Paolucci's landlord. Carlyle hired JMB to manage the mall and collect rent from the mall's tenants. Carlyle directed Barretts to insulate the common wall with the jewelry store to soundproof it, but that wasn't successful. In August of 1986, Paolucci entered into a new 6-year lease with Carlyle after Carlyle reportedly promised to get Barretts' noise issues under control. Under the lease, Paolucci had to operate the jewelry store in the mall for the full lease term and couldn't operate any similar stores within 5 miles of the mall. The noise didn't stop, and Paolucci kept complaining to mall management, eventually making about 500 complaints. Barretts left the mall in February of 1990. Paolucci stopped paying rent in July of 1990 and vacated the premises in August, with 2 years remaining on his lease. Paolucci then reopened his store in a new location within 5 miles of the mall. Carlyle and JMB sued Paolucci in Illinois State Court, seeking past due rent and penalties for violating the lease. Paolucci counterclaimed, asserting that he'd been constructively evicted because of Carlyle's failure to control the noise from Barretts. The trial court found that Paolucci had been constructively evicted and awarded back rent to Carlyle only for the 2 months that Paolucci had remained in possession of the premises without paying rent before he left the mall. Carlyle and JMB appealed to the Illinois Appellate Court.